Hey everybody. Okay, well, time to look at ETFs again. I like doing this because it's a nice variety of markets. It's not just like, SPX and NASDAQ and Russell, and they're all kind of sort of the same. This is more of a Whitman sampler. And I've got 43 of them, as always. I will just bang past some of them, and others I'll spend a bit more time on, but we're heading into, well, we're already into a really cool week. A lot of earnings announcements, a lot of cool things going on from a technical perspective. So instead of me yammering on, as I sometimes do, let me just jump in, and we'll go in alphabetical order. So there's no great narrative to this, except that's alphabetical. All right, well, we begin with the DBC, which is one of the less interesting ones. This is commodities, but it's, kind of bullishly configured. We're still above that broken channel, but nothing particularly clear about it. Here's the diamonds. These got rather close to major support level. I'm not sure exactly why, but the Dow was a bit of an odd man out because it was down today. Yeah, this has been weak. 4 trading days in a row. And we're sort of kind of close to what really would constitute some rather important support right there, as you can see. That we've been above there ever since June 1. EEM used to be really interesting. Now, I mean, I almost don't even bother keeping it on the list. It's just like, really dull. EFA, this one had fallen terribly and had a little bit of buying today, but hardly inspirational stuff. Not much of a fight back there. EMB, the emerging market bonds, still quite bearishly poised. I would say the resistance here at 81.05 is medium significant. Canada, meh, ain't much going on. Maybe, you know what, maybe I should really clean this up, honest to God. It's on the one hand, I feel odd deleting heavily traded stuff, but on the other, I can't remember the last time any of these things meant a thing to me. So maybe I'll just make a separate kind of lesser ETF list. And in fact, I think I'll do that. So yeah, anyway, you don't care about this, so excuse me. EWJ, Japan, definitely would go on that list. You know what? Stop the presses. I'm just going to press pause. I'm going to do exactly that. I've got to tidy this up because this is just getting under my collar. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I get way too hung up on stuff like that. So I've made a new watch list called ETF Miner, and as we continue on, if I see things that aren't worthy of our list here, I'm just going to kick them to the curb right over there. So now I've got a place to put them. Here's FXI, China. Big ol' right triangle reversal there, still very much intact. Yeah, looks bearish still. GDX, this is an interesting one because on the one hand, GDX looks like it might be bullishly poised because we've broken above resistance. We found support at resistance. It seems like maybe it's getting ready for another leg up. Right on its heels, those GDXJ, the juniors, which is still beneath that line. So let's put it this way. If GDXJ can manage to push above that line, that kind of like affirms the bullish shift for precious metals. And just to help that, here's GLD, which is also kind of the jury is still out thing. It is blasted right above both of these trend lines. And it's just kind of hanging out here, I guess, waiting for the next geopolitical shift. I'm just gonna shift gears really quick just to say one thing, because I don't really follow crypto as much as I used to, but I have been following Bitcoin, and it has been impressive, I've got to say. I mean, as I'm recording this, we're up almost $2,000 on this. And let me be very clear about crypto. As much as I think it's kind of useless as a thing, as a trading instrument, I've always been really fascinated by it. It's very, as I say, chart friendly. It's a very organic market. And so I will say to your crypto fans out there, this is a very impressive move. In a matter of weeks here, we've moved from about 25,000 to about 32,000. So $7,000 in the span of 5-6 weeks. That is nothing to sneeze at. So this is, congratulations if you are into this stuff, because that's looking pretty impressive. So yeah, that's the end of my crypto mention. HYG, this fella, he's going into miner land. See you, buddy. IEFA, you know, this one's so similar to EFA. I almost wonder if it warrants being kicked to the curb as well, but it's, yeah, I think I'll do that for now. It's a little bit repetitious with EFA. Here's ITB, which may show some strength, and if it does, I would sell into that strength. This is, I think, the home builders, if memory serves, and you know, it doesn't have a heck of a lot of room above it before I think it will exhaust itself. Here's IWM, definitely not a minor item. Core support here is at 161.03. As I've mentioned so many times, we've had multiple instances getting to this kind of vicinity, sort of the low 160s, and it has steadfastly found support there. Incredibly, we actually managed to go down today, even though there was some buying here and there today. But yeah, this is not, yeah, I love to see it go lower, but goodness, getting kind of long in the tooth there. IYR, now this is kind of interesting. Gosh, I didn't notice this till just now. This was quite weak, surprisingly, because we've got this dual Fibonacci here, which the last time we challenged it was back on the low, back on October 13. We've come full circle, if you will. We're back to that level. And this is really kind of plumbing the depths at this point to match the October 13. That's really quite remarkable. We'll see if this double bottoms. I'm inclined to say it will, but if it doesn't, things are even more horrendous than I imagined. That would be a major breach. Forgive my reaction. I'm just kind of dusting the monitor off and kind of catching up with the day, and that's really kind of eye-popping. IYT transports, clearly quite broken there, sinking lower and lower, down hard, 1.28% today. JNK, you are going to the miners, mister. Just not that important to me. KBE, this is the bank's down 0.4%. I've definitely met the most success with my bank puts in recent weeks. LQD, the corporate bonds, showing some real buying today. I say once more, that's lovely, but there's just not a whole heck of a lot you can go higher. I mean, maybe to this level here, just 100.63, but you know, this is just a classic kind of waterfall, lower lows, lower highs kind of situation. Mid caps going to the miners. It's just too similar to IWM, and it's just very thinly traded. MUB, the municipal bonds. This one's an interesting critter. It seems to have found support here. I'll say again, if it bounces, it's going to poop out. You know, any rallies should be sold, I think. OEF, the S&P 100, teased a little bit, got a little bit below this level, but didn't break it. In fact, it closed up a whole 307% today. The cubes, support held right there. It got below, like, this is just mean. How low did it get? 351.12, and it broke the prior low by 24 pennies. So yeah, just a teeny tease there, but quite clearly not failing that. We may well have to wait until the big earnings, which I think are Tuesday afternoon, to kind of make that move in some meaningful manner. A lot of big earnings come out, so that should resolve one way or the other. Silver looking quite vulnerable, I think, to more selling. SMH, the semiconductors, no doubt about it, this will make or break the NASDAQ. If we can fail the 139.76 level, that is game over, but we may not. Spider, this one found firm support at that 61.8% level, 419.60 being that level. We've been above there since June 1. And yeah, all those gains gone now, but at major support. So really not a shocker that we had some strength today. TBT, the ultra short, we talked about this tremendous amount bearish engulfing pattern on there, suggest maybe interest rates will get even weaker. TLT, the upside down version of that, the regular thing bonds, big old bullish engulfing pattern, rather large volume past few days. Could keep going, considering I'm out of the position, probably will. I'm starting to sound like treasure hunter here. TMF, this is Arneo's thing. This is the also heading to the miners now, as the saying goes, just not important enough to watch regularly. Oil, USO, dipped 2.16% today as tensions in the Middle East seem to abate to some degree. Here's XHB, home builders, whole lot of nothing. XLC, definitely going to the miners. So boring, so boring. That's communications. It's basically Meta and then some other stuff. XLE, energy, fell 1.62% today, again driven by weaker oil. XLF, financials, very messy chart, just weirdly messy for such a minor thing, very hard to read. XLI, industrial, down almost 0.5% and slipping cleanly below that prior low. Let's just throw down a horizontal to mark that, like so. So close below support. XLP, quite interesting here, the staples, possibly getting some strength here based on that sine wave. XLU, our old favorite, down today 0.81%. I shall toot my horn and then hit myself with the horn. I've called every move perfectly on this, and I've benefited like by probably 20 cents on the dollar. Yeah, basically, short, long, short, just beautifully, but yeah, have not really profited from my insights, but yeah, so far so good on that. XLY, consumer discretionary, off to the miners with you. XME is the next one, hang on. Yeah, XME, dull to the miners. You're witnessing basically you're watching me clean my garage here. XOP, oil and gas, down 1.41%, kind of a not thrilling one there. And then lastly, XRT, which is retail, and again may benefit from that upward sine wave. So that's kind of the 50,000 foot view. For myself, barely any portfolio value change today. A lot of smoke, no fire. Last week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday were just fantastic. Today was just like, glad to hold my ground kind of day. But as the day ended, I was in 20 positions, raised cash to about 20%. And we'll just take this a day at a time. Thank you for your attention, and I will see you later.